Welcome everybody to this presentation. My name is JC Rangel. I'm going to be sharing some information with you guys here today that's very, very powerful. I want to see if you guys can see me in a second. Okay, great. Perfect. Looks like we are live. So welcome everybody. It is 5 o'clock and we're going to go ahead and get this presentation started. And I got to tell you, it's exciting times with everything that's going on with our company. It's exciting times with even what's going on with the world, right? Of course, we're in the middle of the quarantine, and that's not what I'm referring to. That certainly is very interesting times, to say the least. But it's very interesting times what's going on because there's underlying opportunities every time a crisis happens, right? And make no mistake about it, we are in the middle of a crisis. But, you know, I like to look at things as a cup is half full, right? That's kind of my mentality. The cup is half full type of mentality. And because that is my mentality, I see one of the opportunities, which is what you are about to see here today. Okay, and so with that said, what I want to do is I want to actually share my screen because we want to go ahead and share with you guys something that's revolutionary, something that I am extremely, extremely excited about. And let's see here if we can get this presentation going. 1 second. Okay, there you go. So to give you guys a little bit of background on myself, ladies and gentlemen, my name is JC Rangel, and I am very, very excited to, 1 second, yes. I'm very excited to be on here with you today to give you guys a little bit of my background. I am actually 37 years old, and I got started as an entrepreneur since the age of 10. So when I was 18 years old, I actually got started in the industry of network marketing, direct sales. And that was one of my biggest goals, was to retire my mom. So when I was 18 years old, I set out a goal to retire my mom. And that actually ended up happening by the time I was 27 or 28, was when I was able to finally achieve that goal of retiring my mother. And it was all due to this incredible industry that we call direct sales. And so with that said, what I want to share with you is the Powur energy opportunity, right? An innovation for solar professionals. So whether you're somebody that's on here looking for a new career path, or you're somebody that's on here that's looking to supplement your income or replace your income, or maybe we've got some people here that really want that financial freedom, right? Not only in a way of making more money than you're currently making, or doubling or tripling, whatever that number is for financial freedom, but also the leverage opportunity. Because, ladies and gentlemen, imagine the times that we're in. We are in times where people are realizing the importance of being able to make money from home, right? And a lot of people are hurting right now. It's unfortunate, but a lot of people are hurting right now. And there's a big talent pool of people that are looking, right? I've got friends who are doctors, friends who are dentists, friends who are real estate brokers, insurance brokers, people from all walks of life, and a lot of people are looking for an opportunity. So why the solar industry? Well, I'll share with you this, and we'll get started after this. I decided to partner up with the solar industry because, frankly, I believe this is the future, right? So when we look at the future, right, think of electric cars. Electric cars are only going up and up in purchases, right? People are buying electric cars. People are going electric. Well, people are going to charge those cars at home. So when it comes to the opportunity of solar in California, I'm in sunny Southern California. It's a beautiful day. It's about 92 degrees, I believe it is. It's a beautiful day in California. Well, here in California is actually the law. There's a mandate that every new house being built in 2020 must have solar. Think about that. I don't know about you, but when it becomes a law to have solar, that to me is called a clue. Then by 2045 here in California, every house in California must have solar. So when I look at that, I realize, okay, we are in the beginning of an industry, and this is trickling down into other states. I was just talking to a friend of mine from Taiwan yesterday, and he says, oh, JC, solar is an old thing here. Everything has solar. He says, the skyrise I live in is all solar. My mom's house, my brother's house, my family's house, everybody has solar. That was like 10 years ago. That's like the norm. If you don't have solar, he says, it's kind of weird, right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that I learned a long time ago is that I look at what's happening in Asia. Asia had Uber, before we did. It's not called Uber, it's called something else. They had Uber before we did, right? They had electric cars before we did. They had smartphones before we did. So if we look at what's going on over there, well, solar is self-evident over there. And I'm gonna share with you the reason why. So for the people that want an opportunity to make a full-time income, a six-figure income, multiple six-figure, even a seven-figure income, you're gonna get that opportunity here with Powur Energy. And we're gonna go ahead and get started with that being said, okay? So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into the presentation. So first and foremost, okay, what we'll cover here, we're gonna talk about some of the things that we're gonna cover. We're gonna cover who we are. We're gonna cover our unique model, our unique business model. We're gonna cover the solutions that Powur offers. And we're gonna also show you how to be a part of Powur, which, make no mistake about it, Powur is the most innovative solar platform in existence. Powur is to the solar industry what Uber is to the taxi industry, okay? And that's what those are the things that we're gonna cover here today. So first and foremost, who are we, okay? Well, first of all, the company was founded in 2014 by our CEO, Mr. Jonathan Budd. And Jonathan is actually, was a pioneer in digital marketing. If you remember him back in 2010, 2011, 2012, he was the guy on social media, right? He was a pioneer in that, made his first $10 million in his 20s in that industry, okay? Now, Jonathan actually attended an event, I forget where, what country he was in, and he got the realization, and for some reason, Mr. Budd always has a knack for finding opportunities, big opportunities before they become big. Big opportunities before they become self-evident, right? Because opportunities go through three stages. First of all, they're ridiculed. Second of all, they're opposed, and sometimes violently opposed, and then they serve as self-evident, right? The key, and Bill Gates said this. Now, I'm not necessarily saying I'm a fan of Bill Gates, but nevertheless, he's a smart man, and he said, the key to building wealth is to identify where the masses are going and get there first. So the key to building wealth is identifying where everybody's gonna go and get there first. Well, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's going solar. It's a law that's being implemented, not only in California, it's trickling down to other states. The future of electricity is solar. Now, whether you agree to what point or not this is gonna happen, we are gonna run out of resources to produce energy the way we're currently producing it, with burning fossil fuels and affecting the environment and the planet. The solar is the future. Well, that is a reason why, right? So, self-evident, right, is what we're talking about. So Mr. Jonathan Budd has the knack to identify a booming industry. He was one of the first guys to say, hey, listen, you got to have your business online way early on, right? 10, 15 years ago, and he made millions of dollars in that industry. Well, there's a reason why Jonathan saw sustainable energy that was critical to the future of mankind. And building a business model that allowed others to achieve greater financial independence while impacting the world, okay, is an idea that many people would get behind, and that is indeed the case, right? We help people save money on their energy bill. You sit down with a homeowner and they want to save energy, okay, they want to save some money, solar's the way to go, and we're going to get into that here shortly, okay? So who we are. Here's a little bit about the Powur executives that bring a wide range of talent to the company. Okay, obviously we've got Mr. Jonathan Budd, the founder and CEO. We've got Mr. Bobby Smith, who's a VP of sales, and he's actually a legend in the industry of direct sales. Has been one of the top 50 people in this industry, okay, for many, many years. We've got Mr. Paul Walker, and this is the rest of the executive team. Some of the most innovative, capable people of taking this company that we have that is still a baby, 6-year-old company, nevertheless, but it's still a baby, which I believe will be a billion-dollar company. And I'm very excited to take part in such an opportunity this early on, right? So let's get into the timeline of how we got to where we are right now. So in 2014, Powur was founded by Jonathan Budd. Let's go ahead and put everybody on mute. Thank you very much, guys. By 2015, the company launched its first partnership with Solar City and Tesla. Solar City and Tesla, Mr. Elon Musk's company, actually vetted Powur. And that was what we call basically Powur 1.0, right? Now, Powur becomes, in 2017, the first nationwide platform for independent lead generators and partners with over 100 solar installers. This was still Powur 1.0. In 2017, in May, Powur becomes the fastest company in history to raise $1.4 million through equity crowdfunding. 2017, Powur grows to over 5,000 members. 2018, Powur launches the solar sales across the nation network. So here's what I'm talking about. For those of you guys that may be familiar, some of you guys may or may not be familiar, but there's a company out there that revolutionized the industry of real estate. And I'm actually a big fan of the company. It's called EXP Real Estate. Now, I always learned a long time ago, it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. Does that make sense? So it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. Well, what EXP did to the real estate industry, they became a cloud-based real estate company, fastest company in the history of real estate. Over, I think now 20,000 real estate agents. I believe they were founded in 2014 or 15. Well, that company revolutionized the industry of real estate. What they did is they allowed everybody to have a broker-like opportunity where they paid them the lion's share of the commission, and then they also paid them for referring other people to that program. It's also a public company doing very, very well. And so what happened is in 2018, okay, as you guys can see here, Powur launches sales across the nation, and Powur launches industry-first cost of goods compensation plan in 2019. What does that mean? Cost of goods, where you see transparent everything, all of the cost of everything that's taking place, which is something that is not normal in the solar industry. Nothing is hidden. You see all of the cost of everything. So you're going to see in the following slides that this allows us to make the biggest amount of commissions by helping our customers go solar. Okay. So let me move this here. I got the screen. There you go. Okay. So here's Powur's core values. So the core values for Powur, right? Find a way. Innovative constantly. Get things done attitude. Right? And I love that. I love the fact that it's a company that says, hey, listen, we're going to get it done one way or another. We're going to get it done. And these are the core philosophies, right? Serve our community, devoted to growth. This is the core values of the company. And this is why I believe we are where we are right now, doing extremely well. But this is more importantly where we're going to be in the next 5 years. I believe in the next 5 years, Powur is going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. And part of the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, is because of the timing, right? You know, a very smart man told me a long time ago, he says, JC, when it comes to business success, the T in the word timing is significantly more important than the T in the word talent. He says, I don't care how talented you are. If you are at the wrong place at the wrong time, you're not going to make a lot of money. Give an example. I was actually involved in real estate. I used to be a real estate agent from 2003 till about December 2007, about right around 4 years. And I remember December 2007, I exited the industry. I had about 6 or 7 escrows ready to close. One of the 7 escrows closed. I was expecting about $50,000 in commissions. I made 4, okay? And about 70% of the agents that I knew left the industry. They went into other things. The point of that story is timing. If somebody entered in 2017 into the industry of real estate, that would have been a tough time to enter, right? Not to say they couldn't have succeeded, because a lot of people did get started in that industry, but that was a tough time to enter. The timing wasn't on their side, right? Now, I believe that in 2020, we're in the beginning of that. Part of the reason that excited me a lot about what Powur has going on is that, now I'm not excited about what's happening to the real estate market, the stock market, or anything like that. But what I am excited about is the opportunities that are happening because of this. A lot of real estate professionals, we've got the biggest access to the most talent in any industry available and looking for a way to make money from home. The world now knows the value of, hey, I love to make some money from home. I see the value and the importance of making money from home. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got people that are making 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, even 7 figures yearly from the comfort of their home, okay? Now, this gentleman said here, Mr. Buckminster Fuller said, to change things, don't try to fight the existing reality. Rather, build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. As we go on through this presentation, you're gonna find that we did indeed build a model that is making the old model obsolete, not only in our industry, but in other industries, right? So let's talk a little bit about our model. We believe that the individual seller is the most important and most valuable person in solar and deserves the greatest benefit. The seller and, of course, the customer. So Powur, what they did is they created a compensation plan to help reward the salesperson and get paid basically like a broker, basically like a dealer, and still have a broker-like opportunity if they choose to. So here's the difference. Powur is changing the face of solar sales. So let's talk about the old way of doing things and a new way. In the traditional way of selling solar, you usually sell for a dealer or you work for a company, okay? Now, there's smaller commissions, okay? Little to minimal support. There certainly is not any passive income or any residual income. Basically, you eat what you kill, okay? And there's certainly no equity or ownership in the company. Now, there's a reason why I bring that. Maybe the reason why I'm bringing that up is because those things are indeed available with Powur. Now, let's look at what Powur is doing, right? So when we're talking about the old model, it's not scalable. They don't have the scalable technology. So with Powur, the new model, instead of selling for a dealer, you sell for yourself. You are your own dealer. You see the price of goods. And then Powur takes a small percentage and everything else is yours. So you sell for yourself. You are in business for yourself, but you have the most lucrative seller commissions in the industry, daily training and support, passive income. Ladies and gentlemen, I heard a long time ago a gentleman by the name of A.O. Williams say, he says, if your income depends solely on your efforts, you are dead in the water. Because what if an emergency happens? What if you get ill? What if something like that happens? Well, the whole world, something that's never happened in the history of the world, the whole world has experienced that, yes, indeed, things like this can happen. I've got a friend who's a dentist, makes over $250,000 every year for many, many years. He's going on 2-3 months without making a dime, and he's hurting. Because usually what happens is when people's income goes up, so does their lifestyle, right? So imagine having a passive income where it is not only dependent on your efforts, but you have the opportunity to leverage yourself, and not only you, but anybody else that's a part of Powur can build this business and help homeowners from the comfort of their home. You don't ever have to leave the home. Equity opportunities. One of the best ways for somebody to go from where they're at to millionaire status is what I like to call an intrapreneur, which means like you own a percentage of the company without being one of the owners of the company, right? And so, for example, there's people in Coca-Cola, there's people in Microsoft that are employees of the company, but they have stock options in the company. So if the company does well, then they do well. Well, we actually get the opportunity simply through working without having to purchase to have equity opportunities with the company. And we're going to get into that as well. And the scalable technology. So imagine bigger commissions, the opportunity to be your own broker. Because make no mistake about it, if the future is solar, there's about 2,000 real estate agents to one solar sales professional. And that's going to change. People are going to realize, hey, there's something to this solar industry. The average commission in this industry with our company is $5,000 to $6,000, closer to $6,000 is the average commission. Okay, it's an easier sale. Think about this. Think about this. You're looking at solar. Let's compare solar to any other industry. Whether it's my wife and I, we own a ADT home security company, dealer, great business. However, it's extra money out of your pocket. My wife is licensed to sell life insurance. Great service, absolutely needed. She sells that service to somebody, additional money comes out of their household, right? If I sell them an alarm system, additional money. If I sell them, a friend of mine sells water filters, water filtration, alkaline, they finance it, $50 to $70 a month. Nevertheless, need a product, but additional money comes out of the household. Now, even real estate, you want to buy a new house, chances are the payment is going to be higher. Chances are there's a down payment that has to be paid. Chances are there's a 3% closing cost that you have to pay. Again, additional money leaves the household. So let's say, for example, you've got a family that's paying $7,000 a month in overall expenses. This family is paying their mortgage, their car, groceries, everything, $7,000 per month. If somebody comes to sell them life insurance, very needed, nevertheless, now they're not paying $7,000. Now they're paying $7,100, maybe $7,200, depending on the policy they get. More money. If I come and sell them an ADT or a home security system, Now they're paying $7,050. If they buy a new home, they're paying more than what they were paying for rent, more than likely, right? But if I come and I offer them the opportunity to go solar, and they have a $200 electric bill, the way we do, my family, my wife and I have a roughly $200 electric bill. And so if that's the case, and I come to them and I say, listen, you could go ahead and go solar, we'll take your $200 bill based on the analysis that we gave you, and your new payment is going to be $130 a month, so we're saving you $70 a month. Now this family goes from $7,000 a month in overhead to $6,930, because so they made a purchase, but it's less money leaving the household. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask myself, is this even a sale? Now the question is, how long do you plan on paying that electric bill? If times get tough, in a recession, which we're in, and we're probably going into even worse, people may stop paying their car payment, even their mortgage or their rent, maybe their cable bill, their Netflix. But you know what they're not gonna go without? Electricity. They're gonna keep the lights on. They're gonna watch TV, they're gonna turn on the AC. They're gonna charge their phones and their iPads. One of the last bills that people are gonna cancel is their electric bill. So the solar industry is actually a recession-proof industry. I would argue that in a recession, we do better, and it's nothing out of pocket. So if I do not, I have a friend, I did an analysis for, he's got a 3-story mansion, pays an average of $1,200 a month throughout the year. That's his average. Last month was $900, but his average throughout the year is $1,200. We took it, it's closer to $1,300. We took it from $1,300 to $547. So he's saving almost 2/3. How much did it cost him out of pocket? $0. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, I said, this is not a sales presentation. This is more of an IQ test at this point. Does that make sense? It's more of an IQ test. Do you want to pay $1,300 for unclean energy, or do you want to pay 1/3 of what you're currently paying, nothing out of pocket? You don't feel it, but you do feel you keep an extra $700, $800 per month in your pocket simply by going solar. Now the commission on it, that particular deal is more than what the average person in America makes in a year on one deal by helping one client. I don't know about you, but I can get excited. I don't need an alarm clock to wake up in the morning. I am fired up because we've got a tremendous opportunity, okay? And we are at the beginning. So innovative solar sales. So as I mentioned earlier, Powur is to the solar industry what Uber is to the taxi industry, right? It went from taxis to Uber, from Century 21 and Prudential to companies like EXP Realty, right? Which is the fastest growing company, and there's a reason why. From traditional companies like Vaughn's and Ralph's to Costco. Did you guys know that Costco hardly makes any money on the products they sell there? The products that they sell at their store are basically to cover their overhead. Where they make money is for the membership fees. That's a little hint. We are the Costco of the solar industry. We've got the absolute best opportunity in the industry of solar to do it. Now, what I love about this, I come from the direct sales and network marketing industry. Love the industry. The difference between traditional network marketing and what we do, direct sales with here, is that somebody could decide to start working with us here in Powur and could decide to take it seriously and go out there and make a 6-figure income and never have to go out there and recruit one person. Never have to do that. Now, can they build a team if they choose to? Absolutely. If they choose to, they certainly can, but they don't have to. So like these other companies, traditional solar companies, then Powur comes in. The innovative platform with a significantly better opportunity for anybody that wants to become a solar professional. Now, whether you want to become part-time or full-time, there's an opportunity for everybody. So let's get into the compensation plan. An industry first, industry first, transparent cost of goods. Okay, so other dealers, they hide the true cost of installation and what the project cost, so they keep larger margins. What Powur does is that they give us the actual cost of goods at the base price. Okay. Now, what they do is that what's left over, they let you keep the lion's share of 70%. It's a 70-30 split. So this is a sale that was made. This is the overhead. Once you take out the overhead, that's a cost. That's the installation. That's the solar panels. That's a cost of goods. You take that out. Now what's left over? Powur shows you everything. Very transparent. Out of what's left over, you keep 70%, they keep 30%. But they don't even keep the entire 30%. They actually use half of that to pay in the team commissions for those of us that decide to be a broker with Powur. So as a Powur community grows and it drives a volume, our cost, Powur's cost of goods actually falls lower and delivers more value to our members and customers. As a matter of fact, there's people that we work with that are telling us, hey, listen, I had a deal and I knew how much I was gonna make. Before the deal was finalized and installed, my cost of goods in the meantime went down because it's growing at such a rapid pace. It's like anything else, right? If you buy more, you get it at a better price. So as Powur continues to grow, it drives a volume and our cost of goods go down. What does that mean for us? It means bigger commissions. It means more profits. So that's an exciting situation, okay? So here's an example of the compensation, okay? Let's say the total cost of goods. The total cost of goods, $1.95 per watt. The system size is 10 kilowatts, okay? Let's say it's sold for 3.5 kilowatts. So you're looking at a $35,000 sale, okay? With the adders, when you include the adders to it, 70 cents per watt, that's 7,000, okay? So the net revenue, so when we subtract the 70 and the 195 from the 350, that leaves 85 cents per watt. That means that what's left over, remember, the cost of goods is the rest. What's left over is $8,500, okay? About 85 cents per watt is what's left over in this scenario. You keep 70% of the 8,500. Powur keeps 30%. However, remember, they actually, out of the 30% they keep, they actually use half of that, and I'm going to get into it shortly, to pay the team commissions. So people, distributors like myself, like you, if you decide to partner up with us, actually get about half of that in the compensation plan. Because I don't know about you, but I love solar. I can get behind it. I'm excited. We're creating a cleaner earth. We're helping people save money. We're helping people eventually not have an electric bill. It's exciting stuff. However, as much as I love it, I love my family, my wife and my son more, my mother more. So my whole goal is to build a big business, show people how to build a big business to where eventually I no longer have to sell solar and I can spend my time with them. And every time I circle back, my checks increase bigger and bigger. How many of you guys can get behind that? By a show of hands. I see that some of you guys got your videos on. By a show of hands, how many of you guys can get behind that? That's the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, that we're talking about. We're talking about a leveraged opportunity. People are raising their hands. I appreciate that, guys. It's exciting stuff, right? So let's go ahead and move forward. The average seller commission is $5,900. Let's call it $6,000. The average. Listen, I don't know about you, but even if you don't have any experience in sales, you could stumble across somebody that's interested in solar. I start making phone calls. I got people that say, JC, I've been thinking about it, but I haven't pulled the trigger. You know why? Because I've had nobody to educate me, right? I've had nobody to educate me, right? And so with that being said, I said, I'll educate you. So then I educate them and then they realize, hey, listen, this makes sense. I want to go solar. Give me my free proposal, okay? Let's go ahead and move forward. So here's an example of the commissions. Here's an example of the breakdown, right? The panel cost. In this example, if you guys can see right here, the panel cost, $5,200. Inverter, monitor cost, right? Optimizer cost. As you see line by line, you see everything, all of the expenses. The final consulting commission is $8,500. The final commission is $12,267. Of that, 70% goes to the seller, which is an $8,500 commission. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got people here that are doing 1, 2, 3 of these sales per week. Then we've got people that are overriding tens, if not hundreds of sales. And you'll see the way the override commission structure works. Okay? Let's go ahead and move forward. Here's another example of a commission. This was a small commission they basically gave the homeowner, it was like a friends and family deal. The story about this one that I heard is that they had other offers. They were competing against other offers. They gave them a better offer, an outrageous deal, and the gentleman still made a $3,500 commission. By the way, this type of offer that they offered the customer, the average dealer won't even let you make such an offer. You wouldn't have got the deal with most dealers out there, right? Okay, let's go and move forward. Now let's get into basically my favorite part of the compensation plan. And the reason why is because, again, I want to build a business I could eventually walk away from. And that's what we're talking about here. So the direct revenue sharing. So 20% of Powur's revenue on each sale from a consultant you refer. So you earn 20%. So remember how Powur pays you 70% of your sales and they keep 30%. Well, of the 30% they keep, let's say, for example, you refer me and I make a sale. I keep 70%, Powur gets 30. You referred me. So out of the 30% that Powur keeps, 20% goes to you. So let's say, for example, Powur kept $4,000, okay? That was their 30%. 20% of $4,000 equals $800. You would have made an $800 override commission on the sale that I made because I'm on your first level, 20%. And then consultants at Powur can earn residual income from the projects of every productive sales professional that they sponsor into the company, okay? So here's the way it works. The leverage revenue sharing, okay? Powur is the first solar company to offer a passive income on sales professionals sponsored into your overall group. So you've got 6 levels of commissions that you can earn. So here's the way that it works, okay? Out of the 30% that Powur receives, they use about half of that to pay you in commission. So here's the way it works. Level 1, 20% of what Powur keeps gets paid to you. The average commission, right, is about $5,000 to $6,000. So the average 20% commission is $550 in override on the people that you personally introduced to the company. So how many real estate agents do you know? How many solar professionals from other companies do you know? How many people do you know in the security industry? How many people do you know in the network marketing industry? How many people do you know that are looking for a way to make money from home? How many sales professional people do you know? Here's the system. You invite them, we present to them, and they make a decision. You invite, we present, they decide. You put them on a webinar like this. If it makes sense to them, they make a decision and get started. And if they do, they join your team. We provide all the training, all the support. You make a 20% commission every time they make a sale. A real business, a real career path, okay? Level 2 is a 10% override. Level 3, 4, 5, and 6 is a 5% override. And as you can see, levels 3 to level 6 is an average of $162 override. Now, what if you introduce 5 people in your first level? And they introduce 5 on your second level, which is 25. And so on and so forth. As you can see, the numbers can get pretty outrageous. I got started probably 2 weeks ago with this company. I've introduced anywhere from 17 to 20 people. I've lost track on my first level. Because I'm so excited about the opportunity. I want to bless other people with the opportunity. I call one of my buddies and say, hey, listen, after I show you this, you owe me lunch. I call one of my customers. I said, after I show you this, you owe me lunch. Because I'm going to save him $80 per month. Least he could do is buy me some lunch. Now, granted, that's going to make me a $5,000 to $6,000 commission, but I'm saving him $80 to $100 per month. I'm giving him an incredible deal. That's how confident we are in the opportunity that we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, we've got the mentor program, okay? When you join Powur, okay, you are a mentee. So everybody that gets started, they are a mentee. So our first 3 sales have to be with a mentor. They're called split sales, okay? So that means that you go half and half commission with your mentor, okay? Here's a beautiful part. As soon as you've done your 3 mentor sales, split sales, and you do 5 sales on your own, you now can take a test to become a mentor yourself. So now everybody that you introduce, when they want to do their 3 split sales, you do those split sales. Remember, the average commission is about $6,000, so the average split sale is $3,000. Ladies and gentlemen, there's people in this company that are doing 1, 2, 3, or more split sales sometimes on a daily basis. So But not only that, it isn't simply from the team you build. If you build a reputation for being a good mentor, somebody that has a high percentage, when people sit down with you, they make a decision to get the solar panels, right? To go solar. Guess what? Anybody from the company, anywhere, on any team can request you to be their mentor. As a matter of fact, I've got a gentleman on my team that I got started in North Carolina, calls his uncle, tells him about Powur, the way we trained him, the way the company trained him, gets the bill, schedules via Zoom like this, a presentation to show his uncle the benefits of solar. And he found somebody in the back office, one of the mentors in the company, I believe in Florida. Didn't even know him. Did the split sale via Zoom. The mentor's in Florida. This gentleman's in North Carolina. His uncle's in North Carolina. Everybody's via Zoom. Sale got made thousands of dollars first week. I don't know about you, but I can get excited about that. And here's the facts. Here's the facts, ladies and gentlemen. The facts are this. People that you know right now, you all know, we all know people right now that do not have solar in their home, but they will one day. The question is, are they going to get that program from you, or are they going to get it from somebody that they don't know, right? The bottom line is the world is going solar. Remember what Bill Gates said. If you want to build wealth, identify where the masses are going and get there first. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here first, okay? So here's a net commission. Here's an example. The mentor commission example. The net commission, let's say, is $6,000. You being the consultant, right? Your first 3 sales are split sales. If you are a solar professional with 1 year experience, you could do 1 mentor sale, okay? You would qualify instead of 3 to do 1. But let's say the net commission is $6,000. Half of that goes to the consultant and the other half goes to the mentor, okay? Now, finally, Powur actually offers equity ownership. So our consultants become shareholders. So here's the way it works. When you do your first install, solar gives you 100 options. Powur gives you 100 options. So our company is going to go public one day. By the way, EXP did the same thing. EXP Realty, we mentioned it earlier. I remember in 2014 when I saw it. I believe in 2014, each share was worth 14 cents. 2019, it hit $14. Okay? There was some people that did extremely well just on this part. Now, I don't have a magic ball. I have no idea what the share is going to be. But one thing that I do believe without a shadow of a doubt is that this company will be the biggest, the best company in the industry of solar. And we are in an industry that is about to explode, the next trillion-dollar industry, okay? So your first install, 100 options. First install of a consultant that you sponsor, you earn 50 options, okay? So it pays to build a team. Yearly performance goals. If in a year you do 25 installs, you get 1,000 options additional. If you do 50 installs in a year, you get 5,000 options additional, okay? So it's exciting stuff. I believe that there's going to be people that go out there and over the next 3 to 5 years are going to build massive wealth just with this part here. And then as soon as a company goes public, you're able to buy discounted options from Powur as soon as it goes public because you are a consultant with Powur, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the presentation. I wanted to keep it short. I don't know how long we took in this presentation, but I wanted to keep it right around 30 minutes, and I hope that we did stay there. But one of the things I'll say to finish off is the following. I was told a long time ago that everybody is presented with 2 opportunities in their lifetime, 2 massive opportunities in their lifetime. My friends, I don't know if this is your first opportunity or this is your second opportunity, but one of the things that I'm pretty darn sure of is that this is one of the 2. So whenever we do one of these presentations, there's always a couple of types of people. There's the first type of person is an A. That A stands for action. Hey, listen, I want to go. Hey, listen, I want to quote for my house. I want to go solar if you are a homeowner. Or somebody says action, I want to make some money. I want to learn how to make money from home. I see that this is an industry. I see that this is a trend, and I want to capitalize on it. I finally have the opportunity to be a part of something major before it becomes major. And I don't want to I don't want to lose that opportunity. So that's an A. The second type of person is a B. The B is somebody says, I'm interested, but, the B stands for but. but I've got a couple of questions. And if that's you, phenomenal. Get together with the person that invited you and we'll get all of your questions answered, right? And we'll make sure to answer your questions. That way you have all of the information that you need to make an educated decision for you and your family. And then finally, you've got the C. The C is the person that says, hey, listen, I don't see it, right? It's not for me, no problem. Because let's be honest, we're all grown men and women. Saying maybe or saying I'll think about it is a nice way of saying no. It's no big deal. To get started with Powur, it's a one-time $99 fee, 99 bucks. You're in business, $99. And then your overhead is a whopping $49 per month. What does that include? It includes all of your training. It includes your marketing websites, right? It includes all of the tools and technology for you to build a successful business. So out the door, first month, $148. After that, it's $49 a month. That's your overhead for what could be a multi-million-dollar business for you. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my part. My name is JC Rangel. Hope you guys enjoyed this information. Get together with the person that invited you to take a look at this presentation, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.